Greetings. If you're watching this video, chances are that you have some interest in the Graduate HR Certificate Program at Ohio University's College of Business. The three of us are here today to share a little bit more about the coursework and what you could expect to receive as a student in the coursework. So watch and listen as each of us share a little bit more information, and we all hope to see you someday in this program. Looking forward to it. So I'm going to turn it over to Tim Reynolds, who's going to share a little bit more about his course.
Hi, I'm Tim Reynolds, and it's a pleasure to be here with you and to think about this opportunity to learn about the field of human resource management. Ohio University is very dear to me because I studied human resources at Ohio University, and it was essential in developing me toward a career where I spent 25 years working in the field of human resources and leading talent management for an industry-leading Fortune 500 company. With that experience and now some time in the university, 9 years at Ohio University, had the opportunity to be involved in teaching and researching around talent management and succession planning in particular in organizations. My course that you'll be part of is called Management 5031, Talent Acquisition and Strategic Management. We look in there at the intersection between business strategy, the talent implications caused from that, and how we as business leaders and HR professionals come together to develop actions that will sustain the longevity and growth of organizations by using talent practices for things like succession management, recruiting, selection, retention, development of diversity and inclusion in organization. I'm excited to be part of the certificate and certainly looking forward to you joining me in that course, Talent Acquisition and Strategic Management. But that's not the only courses we have in this new certificate. I'm going to pass it over to teammate Rob Foehl.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Foehl, and I'm a professor here at Ohio University, where I specialize in business law and business ethics. And just like Tim, teaching here at Ohio University has a dear place in my heart, as I too was a graduate of Ohio University in the College of Business. I spent approximately 25 years in industry practicing law for multinational corporations, and included in that stint was also having the human resources management function of one of those organizations under my direction as well. And so my course is Management 5030, and it's employee relations, ethics, and legal aspects of human resource management. So I know that sounds kind of scary, but really a lot about human resources management has to do with the laws and the regulations that apply to human resources. And so in this course, what we'll do is we will take a look at many different laws and regulations that apply throughout the human resources lifecycle, from recruiting to hiring to the workplace environment, all the way to the end of the employer-employee relationship. And the main goal is to not create lawyers or anything along those lines. The main goal is to sensitize you to the legal and reputational risks associated with human resources management. Why? So you can optimize those risks. I don't always say minimize, because sometimes you don't always want to minimize risk, but you want to optimize that risk in relation to your company's risk appetite. So that's what we'll do in the Management 5030 course. We'll be taking a look at legal risk, understanding legal risk, and think about how we can optimize that legal risk in the employment environment. So that's my course. I look forward to having you in this course, but I'm going to flip it back over to Tammy Reynolds so she can talk about her course as well.
Hi again. My name is Tammy Reynolds, and I am among the three of us, the lone person who is not a graduate of Ohio University. Actually received my graduate degree through West Virginia University, but it has been a privilege to be at Ohio University since 2012. My background is also a corporate background, which is true for all three of us, and most recently came to OU in 2012 from a large corporation. And I think that's what's really unique about the three of us, is that we all have corporate experience, and we've so much enjoyed bringing those opportunities and learnings to our students. And that's what you can expect from all of us, is this blend of theory and practical learning. So my course is Management 5032, which is focused on performance management and total reward. So in this particular course, as we think about the HR life cycle, this is, a person has been hired, so that's more of kind of what Tim is doing, and Rob will be spending a lot of time on the laws associated with that. So if someone's been hired, onboarded, etc., and now they're at a point where we're evaluating their performance, but we start at a strategic level. How does the performance management system align with the strategic goals of the organization? And then we take a closer look at the various types of performance management systems. So one of the things in my course is that you'll be given an opportunity to build your skill set. We will be doing mock coaching sessions where you design your own coaching activity based on something that you would like to be coached on around performance. So it's a combination of knowledge and theory, but also of skill building. So after we wrap up the performance management, we then naturally transition into the total reward space, which is maybe traditional comp, non-traditional compensation, benefit designs, benefits execution, and then recognition programs that are all part of total rewards. And we really look at some of the innovations going on in that space around employee well-being and bringing your whole self to work and employee engagement. And so you'll see that there are themes that are woven through all three of our courses, but each of us has a segment of the employee life cycle, and Rob's kind of cuts across all of that. So that's we're super excited to be offering you these courses and bringing those to life through our corporate experiences. Now we'd like to transition and talk a little bit more about why you should consider a certificate in HR and who would benefit most from this. Given that, I'd like to turn it back over to Tim to share his thoughts on who might benefit most from the graduate HR certificate program.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I believe in here in the spirit of talent management is that you may enter programs like this thinking about you want to renew your career. You might want to consider multiple options. And so along with discussing talent management from what do we do in organization, it's also a way to consider how can we use it and do things for ourselves, considering our own things like our career destination path. What is it that we might ultimately want to do? So I believe a great part of this human resources certificate, it offers the opportunity for people to enter from any background, any field, any discipline of work, and set themselves up to pivot their career either into a HR professional type capacity, or maybe more, they're going to be in a line leader role where they can use these kind of skill sets. But that's one of the things I would encourage those interested in redeveloping, renewal of their career, exploring their career with a interest in the area of human capital and how it evolves and how it can drive great value for the company. If you want to explore that, I think this is an excellent human resources certificate program to get you ready. But that's not the only reason. The career pivot. I know you have more, and Robert Foehl can offer his thoughts on other opportunities and why you would join.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. I'm going to go the sort of the opposite way. I think this certificate can also be really valuable for you in your existing role, even if you don't have any real aspirations of being a human resources professional, and maybe you don't even have aspirations with, managing, teams or that sort of thing. In your current role as an individual contributor, perhaps, or a subject matter expert, I think this certificate can be very helpful as well. After all, we work with people. And so understanding people and understanding, the workplace environment and how people impact that and the workplace environment impacts people, I think I think you'll get a lot of value out of the certificate related to that. And then the thing that I always like to say, and maybe it's just my bias toward, the law side of things for my course, but the thing that I like to say is most often we're all employees. And so understanding human resources as an employee, just as a pure employee, I think brings quite a bit of knowledge and with respect to how we interact as employees with our employers, what are our rights and our responsibilities related to that employee-employer relationship, and so on. Tammy, do you have additional thoughts?
Yeah, I'd like to just kind of close that discussion with what I've got in my current 5032 class. And I've got a couple of folks that are currently in human resource management. And they're the few folks that I've got that are currently in HR management now are in a little bit more of a specialized role. And they are really looking to gain a breadth of knowledge and experience. So they want to think well beyond their current role and look at what are some other possibilities. And so I think that this is an opportunity to not just, like Tim said, maybe potentially pivot your role, but even grow in your current HR role if that's your situation. So we see this as a really advantageous for a number of different people for different reasons. And the course is designed to flex a little. We have some synchronous time together where we can talk about maybe unique situations that you as an individual have. And we can talk more broadly so the group can learn from each other during that once a week synchronous discussion time. So there's just a lot we can do to flex to the needs of the individuals. And I think that the various types of learning mechanisms that we have will be helpful as well. So we have readings, we have video content, we have group exercises, and those are a little bit more limited because this is an online course, but we do. In my class, there's a team assignment, and there is also working with a pair on the coaching that I mentioned earlier. So there's just an opportunity to build your current network as well in terms of the other individuals with whom you will be going through the coursework with. So we think this is a real advantage for all of you, and we are just really excited to bring this offering to you from Ohio University. With that, do we have any closing thoughts, team, that we'd like to share with prospective students?
I was just going to add one that I think the field of human resources and overall the people component of work, a lot has migrated toward that we've moved from agrarian society to industrial society to knowledge work. And so people carry this productivity around now a little bit between their ears, and our ability to how we leverage and scale that capacity means that any of us as a business leader or as an HR professional, we can help drive incredible value for organization. And that value gets noticed, and that value gets recognized and rewarded with opportunity. And I believe this program and certificate helps members get ready for that. I also think the field, if you're particularly interested around the profession of human resources, has become more sophisticated. It's become more requiring of credential. And I think going to a reputable institution like Ohio University, where you have both, we have scholars and we have practitioners together working as a team to help prepare you for the certificate or in preparation for the Master's of Science degree in management, as an even broadening degree around this is very important. So it gives you the opportunity. You could just do the certificate and learn, or you could broaden out to a Master's of Science in management. And it's unique in that offering. But I'm just encouraged, and I'm looking forward to being part of it.
I would just add, it's okay, Tammy. I would just add that just from my vantage point, one of the most important stakeholders for companies are employees, and companies are fueled by employees, and so getting a better understanding of the employment environment, either as an employee or a manager or a human resources professional, I think is an important knowledge set, an important skill set to broaden. And I think this HR certificate will actually fit the bill with that.
Very good. Well, thank you all, team, and thank you for listening and watching. We all sincerely hope to see you in our courses in the near future. If you have questions, I know there are a number of resources offered online that can assist you, as well as individuals who would love to have individual discussions with you. Thank you so much.